every family has their thing that they do to kill time when they're waiting at a restaurant for their food to come. The kids have had to come to work with mom and they're bored. And you guys tended to always draw. Oh, waiting for their sister to get a music lesson. And a lot of the time we would do random prompts. And you can do a lot of things for random prompts. There are random prompt generators online that you can use. A lot of the time we use Jazza's Arty games, which is an app by a YouTuber. This is one of mine and Ty's for that prompt, the fire fairy. I love the look on your physicist's face as she's contemplating the universe. It's amazing. So here's Jazza's Arty games. So you go in and there's a lot of different things you can do, art challenges. We did the character design challenge. Character challenge, go! And our first one was a helpless maid that just wants a hug who's wearing armor.
Here's my drawing.
I like the way you drew your rough sketch with just the basic shapes.
And those are the best hands
Yeah, they're really
I have
good.
ever drawn.
I love them.
And I drew them the wrong way, so I kind of had to like
Turn
put
them
my own hands out just to
figure
see.
out the angle of the thumbs. Yeah, because they were definitely awkward at first. But yeah, you got them in the right place, and then they look great.
And then I'm just adding all the armor stuff.
I love how yours has the maid, like the standard maid outfit plus armor. It's so cute. And the fingerless gloves. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Here we go, the standard Tyler hair.
That's how she does.
Get ready, she's about to be sad. Aww, she's so sad. All she wants is a hug.
And I'm just coloring.
I will hug her.
Yeah, you would hug her? I'm glad. I'm glad she would get a hug. Why do you think she's so sad and needs a hug, Ty?
I don't know.
You don't know?
And
Maybe
that was
because
my
she
first
failed
time
the
doing
math
the like
test.
little darker
She failed a
tone
math
on the...
test.
That was super easy.
Aw, so she...
This is the first drawing I've done with the little like darker tone.
under the... yeah, it's really cool.
You
On
see
the
how
eyes. There's Sam's. It's fun when we all do the same prompt so we can see the different versions of the same prompt, but you two kind of have a real similar vibe. Like you both are like reaching, like, hug me now! Yeah. I like the little talk bubble. It says, hug! She's such a cutie. So Sam has her armor. You did a spacesuit, but it's on the ground right here. This is what you're drawing now, yeah?
And
Little
here,
spacesuit.
I was the only one who did like a suit of armor.
Regular
like,
armor, yeah. Sam and I did.
Like a chest
Spoilers! Sam and I both did space armor. And we did it independently. We didn't look at each other's drawings beforehand. We wanted to stay surprised so that we didn't influence each other, and we both came up with that independently. I thought that was really funny.
I just did the regular suit of armor because
It's, I think, what was intended by
I
the
didn't
prompt.
do armor, I just did a spacesuit.
The nice thing about prompts is that you can be inspired by them, but you don't have to be. They're not dictating your artistic life. You can just use them for inspiration. So you can take some liberties. So we've got space armor. So mine's a story. We have Space Mom in their space house with Space Kid, and Space Mom's been mopping and cleaning and making the space house all sparkly, and then Space Kid brings home some slimy alien that gets goo all over the freshly mopped floor. And so the Space Mom, it's not really a maid, it's Space Mom. I'm going my own way on that part, but it's...
Why did you have the ruler out?
Oh, because I wanted to make sure that the mop was straight. I have a hard time drawing straight lines. Man, oh man, that ceiling was just not friendly. Not friendly. Anyway, so we've got little Space Kid and little Space Mom, and Space Mom's like, oh, you better hug me. You're gonna make me work that hard. You better hug me. I bet you Space Kid will help clean up the mess, though, from the slime monster. What do you think? Yeah. Some of the details got a little bit messy. So So here I'm cleaning them up. Tyler used Procreate, correct?
Yeah.
To draw hers, and
I use these big chunky crayons and
pencils and crayons. Yep. And I used watercolor and alcohol markers and colored pencils and a gel pen.
You used a lot.
I used all the things.
I only used 2 physical items. My iPad and my stylus.
Yeah, these look really good. I love how different they are. Hug me! I think 2020 we could all use a hug. and maybe a trip to outer space. Oh, bonus character! Sam and I had time to do a second drawing this week, so we both did another character, and the new character was a gargoyle wearing a lab coat, knitting socks. So here comes Sam's gargoyle. What's on the lab coat? What are those things on the lab coat there?
They're like the pockets and stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah, pockets. You need pockets in a lab coat. And then you drew a big old roof because that's where gargoyles are, right? On the roof. That's what you told me. He's super cute. And I like his little sock.
He's selling a sock for a baby.
Are these little threads coming off of the sock?
Yeah.
Because he's knitting? That's great. Okay, here's mine. So mine's not sitting on a roof, it's sitting on a chair, because I kind of was going for a standard knitting scene with the chair and the rug and the little basket, and then I was putting the gargoyle in there. And then there's a lab coat, so I mean, that's how the prompts roll sometimes.
Wait, I wish Ty would do a gargoyle because I came up with an idea of putting it in a lab.
Yeah, a good gargoyle in a lab. That would have been really cool with like beakers bubbling away. Yeah, that would have been a fun way to go. My sock doesn't look anything like a sock. Your sock looked very much like a sock. But I mean, gargoyle feet are just, can't even imagine trying to put a sock on that because it's so like big and clawy and stone. And can you imagine? I feel like unless you knit some giant sack, you'd just like tear right through that sock in like 3 seconds. So I'm adding shadows with marker.
It's knitting a blanket for a baby.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I did the bases with watercolor for both of mine to get a nice gradient everywhere. And then I came back in with markers to do stronger shadows and highlights and add some color. And then the gel pen for the last highlights. And little green tongue was my last little detail. There's yours close up with all those pockets and the little sock. And there's mine up there on the chair wearing his lab coat knitting. I had to look up references for knitting so I could get like the hands to be.
He looks angry.
Well, I mean, knitting, maybe it's frustrating to knit when you have gargoyle claws.
Thank you for watching.
If you'd like to join the guild, check out our Patreon for more fun stuff.
It's so fun. Bye bye.